Hi, thanks for returning. Hearts wide open. Hope you're having a great day. The song. Shut it off. Anyways, it said, find my way back to you. I'm on the road and I had to take a little pit stop. I had a turkey sandwich and then I drove a little more. And I've been driving since Friday. Probably tired of hearing it. Anyways, I just thought, oh, let's just stop and see what happens with, clear my mind, kind of reset, do a reading. And I'm seeing a wagon wheel. A wagon wheel. There's that song, Hootie and the Blowfish. The wagon wheel rolling. I can't think of the lyrics, but find my way back to you. Maybe you're trying to find your way back somewhere to somebody's heart. Okay, Spirit, let us know what this is about. Okay. Well, it's an assessment. You're thinking about it. 7 of Pentacles. So you've done all this hard work, all this inner work, shadow work, and you're thinking about, I wonder if I'm ready, if things would be different, if you find your way back. That's a possibility. Okay. Let's see, what else? Wow, these are flipping out really kind of cool, actually. The Emperor. Ooh, the Emperor. So you're thinking this through, using your logic. You're the leader. And I'm getting really strongly that maybe before, when you were with this person, it was a more codependent kind of entangled, I just heard web. Maybe not a web of lies, but a web of, now I'm hearing insecurities. You were woven together as a mirror for each other, and you parted ways, and now you're wondering, since you've done the work, maybe they've done the work. This is kind of what I'm getting, because you're really wise now, and you don't really need somebody, but you might want this person back in your life. Okay, so is this, let's get a confirmation, a clarifying card on that. Maybe if this is, sometimes these cards do this. I'm called to show you they're coming down. Everything is almost falling out from underneath. What's that expression? Things are falling out from underneath me. That happened in the past. And it caused you to do that work. And now you're rethinking your other friendships, relationships, everybody who's been a mirror for you. And I got the Balance card upside down. It talks a lot about finances on this card, but I don't think that's what it was. You were, you thought it was false balance. You thought somebody completed you. But now that you've done the work, you know that you complete yourself, and you don't need somebody else to balance you because you're balanced within. That's what I'm getting. All right. I'm in Oklahoma. I'm in Oklahoma at a Casey's. Maybe that name. I don't know why I don't usually state where I'm at, actually, but I'm at a Casey's, so maybe that's significant. The tower upside down. It flipped out on my leg upside down. You know, the tower sometimes is a good thing in its sudden change. But this is the opposite. So you're kind of fearing the change. But you're kind of fearing change. You're wanting to avoid the change, the shift. Maybe you're trying to, I'm not sure. Can we get another card on that? I don't know if you're getting what that is. Let me know in the comments if that's for you. It's like something wants to change, but you're not allowing the shift. There's a small part that wants to shift. Maybe you, okay, so I'm feeling maybe this person has actually reached out to you and you're a little fearful because you've shifted and you're afraid that you're going to go back and fall back. This morning's reading, I kept saying fall. Okay, so we're getting, I don't know how this happened. We're getting cards upside down. And I looked and they're upside down, but I just had them upright in the beginning. Somehow they got shifted. Somehow we got turned around. Something got turned around. So I'm going to take that back. The balance card was probably meant to be upright. And the tower must be upright. They're all, I'm holding them upside down, but I wasn't in the beginning. It's really interesting, actually. So, scratch, rewind, sudden change. Sudden change. Yeah, when I talked about that, you had a sudden change. So the King of Cups came out. We're just going to go with it upright, and I'll flip the cards in the right way again. I'll put my head on straight. This is a mature, compassionate individual. You've really shifted, I think, and gained a mastery over your emotions through this shift and all the hard work you developed. There's the 8 of Pentacles. We already had the other, what was it, the 7 of Pentacles? I gotta check. Hold on a second. Yeah, it was the 7. Yeah, you're assessing everything. Mastering your craft is on here. Called to read this one. Work-life balance is important to protect your creativity. It keeps coming in for me, work-life balance. All right. Okay, so clarity on, this started with a relationship. So clarity on that. Is this about your inner balance and looking back on a second chance with somebody? The Magician. Yeah, you have alchemized so much. And I'm just feeling you're curious if this person is too. I'm here feeling like, is it too good to be true kind of thing? Spirit's guiding me to look back at the card. King of Cups. I feel like the King of Cups is the other person, maybe. Because we've got the Emperor and the King of Cups that somebody else has also mastered. So I feel like that's almost, with all these cards on working and mastering a healing journey, right? These are confirmation. I was asking for clarity that I think the two of you who you're thinking about with this reading, if you're thinking about somebody, you're thinking about getting back with somebody, reflecting on that after all this work you've done, this inner work and this healing, which is basically you've cleared so many programs, that if it's now a fit again, if you're more in alignment in a healthier, more balanced way, right? Because of that healing journey. These seem to be keep continuing to come out. I haven't looked at this other card yet, and I don't know. I keep seeing the mirror. Like if they're a mirror for you, if it's a good fit, let's use this as a confirmation. I've never done that, but let's see what comes through. That's the Magician. I had already pulled the Magician and I set it back down. Okay, you're both alchemizing then. For me to pull the card twice and have it in my lap, oh my goodness. Somehow I set it down. I've been putting all the cards to the side, putting it to the side, and this one stayed front and center, and I grabbed it twice, asking for clarity if this person is more in alignment with you. And this was your card. You alchemized all the pain, you went through the shadow work, found your triggers, dug deep, cleared all that, and so has this person. All right, these cards are yes or no. So if you have a question, ask the question now. Whenever you're watching this, this is This is fun. I'm just going to pull a card, and I already think that we've got the answer on the relationship, but this could be any other question you come to. I'm going to pull a yes, no, or maybe. Okay. Here we go. The answer is yes. Wow, I held that upside down. Look at that. That is abundance. That's a new opportunity. And it's an Ace of Pentacles, so that's a huge card with a yes. New financial opportunity, new wealth, new stability. So whatever you were asking, and for this reading, we're getting a yes on clarifying all that within the reading. So thank you, Spirit, and thanks for hanging out with me on my break, getting my mind rejuvenated and kind of more centered. I really appreciate you. All right, I'm going to move on now on the road. Have a great one.